Boom, and there we go, the final line. Oh, we're live. Welcome everybody to X Games Aspen 2018. I'm your host and half-pipe artist, Jack Matrani, and judging from what I just witnessed in practice, this will be the best Snowboard SuperPipe event in history. 10 of the world's best Snowboard SuperPipe athletes getting ready to drop. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's do this!
An X Games staple returns to prime time as we bring you the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final. What's happening, everybody? Brandon Graham alongside the voice of snowboarding, my best friend forever, Craig McMorris, and of course Corbin Harris out on the course. Let's get right down to it, Craig. We'll get to the format, we'll get to the field in a second. Let's drop a rider.
You love the ditch, I love the ditch. Let's start ditching.
Chase Josie, 22 years old, in his 4th X Games appearance. He's got a bronze medal, dropping in for the first run of the night.
Chase Josie, regular-footed rider, left foot forward when he's riding his natural stance, dropping in that way. Right now, Brando, nerves, big crowd, under the lights, it's all going down.
Chase coming in hot after that win at the Mammoth Grand Prix just a week ago.
Going front 10 double into a switch double crippler and that double chuck.
Whoa!
This by Canadian Michael Chuck. Into the cab 10 double. Chase Josie, he's on one, Brando, right out the gates. And a beast of a front 10 right at the bottom.
Welcome to the pipe, Chase Josie, coming correct on the very first run of the night. Take another look.
Beast of a front 10 double right on that first hit, grabbing Stalefish, that's backhand on the heel side edge, and the switch double crippler. I cannot express just how awkward that would be.
Chase,
how do you do that, Chase?
Chase just missed the podium. He can't hear you. He's competing.
You can't. We're not. Okay.
Chase just missed the podium last year. Took a 4th place finish. Did get a bronze in Oslo a couple of years ago. Trying to get back on the podium. A run like that will do wonders. A 90. A massive score for Chase Josie right off the top.
We talk about that first score being a benchmark. This could be a podium score right there. Chase Josie, got to be pumped on that, Brando.
Want to remind you guys, the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe is brought to you commercial-free thanks to our good friends over at Monster Energy. This whole hour, commercial-free. Come on, let's get it. We've got an insane crowd out here at Buttermilk for our 4th and final night of X Games Aspen 2018. The heaviest of hitters out here tonight, Craig.
Speaking of heavy hitters, Brando, let's take a look at 2 heavy hitters. Ben Ferguson, America's boy, if you will. And then on the right, the Aussie, Scotty James. He's putting on the boxing gloves. He wants to knock out the rest of this field. Now, Brando, Scotty James won this event last year. He wasn't a favorite, though.
Right.
This year, different story.
Yeah, Scotty is coming in oh so dominant.
Okay.
Again, the Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final here tonight, brought to you commercial-free thanks to our friends over at Monster Energy. And we continue rolling on. I am hyped after Chase Josie's first run there.
Didn't see that coming there. I got to check my blind spots because I just got lit up by Chase Josie.
Raibu Katayama making his X Games appearance for the first time, a debut. Just one of 2 rookies in the field out here tonight.
What you got to watch with Raibu right here, he is going to explode out of this 22-foot SuperPipe. He's coming in quick. Hold your breath. Oh! Beautiful backside air on that first hit, and then going absolutely yard.
Right there going.
Frontside 1440 into the cab 10 double. Keeping that amplitude throughout. The judges want to see you boost. They want to see you do tech tricks, and they want to see you execute those tech tricks perfectly. Oh my good word! Was that a tail grab? Mute. With a frontside 1260, Raibu Katayama, where you from, son?
Raibu making his X Games debut and his presence known on run number 1, getting 7 hits in, Craig.
This backside air to really kick off the run, set the tone. He says, hey, I'm going to go big, and I'm going to go big on every hit. Then what am I going to do? Well, let's do a frontside 1440 with a tail grab. Let's go a little bit early, but I mean, he's spinning 4 full rotations. Give him a break, Brandon.
I am just blown away at the ammo the first two riders are coming out with here tonight.
The only thing I can take away from Raibu's run, he's got 3 frontside rotations in the regular third stand.
An 81.66 for the X Games rookie. Solid first score. It's been so exciting. We haven't even got to our start list. Let's look at the roster we've got here out tonight. 10 of the baddest dudes on the planet. Of course, Scotty James, our defending gold medalist. We talked about Ben Ferguson. Let's not forget about iPod, Jake Pates, Ayumu Hirano. This thing's wide open.
That bottom 5 right there, we thought any one of them could take the top title. Now, anybody on the top 5 too could.
Yeah, after the way those two rode to start this thing out. Again, we've got a 10-man final, 3 runs each. Best single score counts. If you remember last year, we went down to just the 2 runs. Now we're back to the traditional 3 runs, and I think everyone's happy.
I like it because I just simply get to watch the best riders in this super pipe destroyed 3 times instead of 2.
And the show rolls on, making his 8th X Games appearance, 27-year-old Mammoth native Greg Bretz. We haven't seen him on the X Games stage since 2015.
So it's been a minute.
3 years, to be exact.
Okay, you know I'm not good at math, so don't set me up. I'm kidding. Front 10 double from Greg Bretz. Right out the gate, back to back 10 doubles. Greg Bretz is doing that back-to-back 1080 combo for years. I like the way he grabs his nose on that Michael Chuck, too. Real flat.
Oh! I was just going to say, keeping that amplitude up, that one was nearly 14.5 feet midway down the pipe.
The judges want to see you boost. They want to see you go way up above the lip of that 22-foot half pipe, and they want to see you do it on every single hit. Greg Bretz doing that throughout the entirety until this right here. Takes off just a little bit too early and catches that blue paint on the coping. That's a high-risk area. Greg Bretz escaping unscathed.
23.66. He'll try to clean things up on attempt number 2. Again, each of the riders getting 3 cracks at this thing. Let's take a look at Gabe Ferguson's Graham from earlier today. Oh, excuse me, yesterday. Practice yesterday. Beautiful shot.
He's boosting.
Photo credit right there. Follow along at Gabriel B. Ferg.
Also, don't forget to follow at X Games. So much good social content all weekend long, Brandon.
You're a company man. So here's Gabe Ferguson, 18 years old. Hard to believe he's making his 5th X Games appearance.
He's a young gun, but he's got so much experience. Starting off with a little Manny. I don't think the judges are going to count it, but I like it.
He took a 5th place finish back in 2016. That was the last time we saw him on the X Games stage.
16-foot frontside 5 grab and nose. Let's be in that frontside 1080 around. Okay, Ferguson is on one right now, Brando. Big frontside melon 9. Opting out on that last hit. I can't see if maybe he had enough pipe or he was about to run out.
I think there was no more real estate. Only 5 hits. We'll see how the judges score that one, but Gabe Ferguson, welcome back to X Games.
I don't think you can do a frontside 5 any more steezy than that. Grabs the nose and he lets go, but he pokes it. I think he was showing control. We talk about holding on to your grab the entirety of the rotation, but if you're poking it like that and then following with a double chuck, double Michael chuck,
thank you.
Will. Yeah, so I talk in a breeze. You gotta keep up. Anyways, Gabe Ferg, that was a great run.
Love that shot.
Big.
Front of the sold-out crowd out here at Buttermilk.
There's a lot of people outside, and they're excited to watch some super pipe.
73.33 for Gabe Ferguson. Respectable first score there. I want to remind you fans, if you're just joining us, the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe is brought to you commercial-free, thanks to our friends over at Monster Energy. Now the second of our X Games rookies dropping in now, 17 years old, Toby Miller. I feel like this kid's been on the radar since he was like 11. So cool to see him finally make his X Games debut here tonight.
And he has been on our radar all practice. His last hit at the bottom, a beast of a frontside 1440 double. That's one of those big tech.
Whoa!
And amplitude too. Back to Back-to-back 1080s. He's in the groove right here. Frontside 900, landing a little low though, Brandon. Can he keep that speed up?
Right.
Into the back nine here. Really whipping it around. That was that frontside 1440 I alluded to off the top of his run. I saw him stomp that in practice. A little different here in his actual run. That backside nine that he set up with landed a little low.
You're right.
When am I wrong?
You don't want me to answer that on air. But Toby Miller, you want to talk about nerves. You come to the biggest stage in the world, the best pipe in the world. You put it down on your first run. He ain't scared.
He ain't scared, but this is where it kind of fell apart. Look at how low he lands on the wall. When you land that low, it's so hard to regain the speed and keep the amplitude that you need for a frontside 1440 at the end.
No doubt, a 29.66 for Toby, but a beautiful preview of what's to come if he can clean things up and land just a little bit higher. Want to remind you fans, the first run here tonight of the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe is commercial free, thanks to our friends over at Monster Energy. Well, the defending Olympic gold medalist in the pipe, Yuri Podlachkov, looks for inspiration outside of snowboarding. Let's hear from Yuri in this profile.
Some things I like to do is definitely to go to the galleries, to go see what's new in the art world. When you're so in something, doing something, you sometimes want a contrast. You want to distract yourself from it. It's so important for us to see something outside of the box, to think outside of the box. We have to create something new for ourselves every time we kind of start the season and plan out our runs. And I'd like to say that whenever I step away from the sports, I like to go find some art I like. You know, I don't like to be looked at as a competitor all my life. I'd like it to be a little bit more than that.
Yuri Podlachkov, one of the most stylish and cultured riders you will find in snowboarding. He finds his inspiration in so many different places, and that's really evident when you watch him ride this pipe.
There are about 1 million storylines with Yuri Podlachkov. The Russian-born Swiss rider, Olympic gold medalist. He blew his knee at the end of last year.
He did. Oh.
Bumped up that recovery. It was supposed to take 24 weeks, 6 months, if you will. He did it in 8.
Yeah, he did it in 8 weeks. Incredible. So certainly a throwaway run for iPod. And again, it's hard to believe in his 12th X Games appearance. He's got 4 medals. He's never won gold here. And when you think about the bag of tricks and the style and the consistency, it's just crazy to think he's never come out on top.
The X Games is a different beast. This is the best pipe in the world with the best super pipe athletes competing year in and year out. To win a gold medal on this stage, nothing better.
Thank you.
There we see 19-year-old Jake Pates, who's making his X Games debut, but this isn't his first time on this pipe in Aspen, Craig.
12 years ago, 11 years ago, I'm not very good at math, but it was a long time ago, if you will. As you can see, Jake Pates grown up a bit.
Look at the big dogs giving it up for him.
I gotta ask you this, Brando, the experience he got 11 years ago.
Yeah, very invaluable. He's been clinging to this. And let this be a lesson to all the kids watching right now. If you can somehow forerun the pipe, years later you will be competing.
It's almost a guarantee.
Want to remind you folks at home that the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final is brought to you commercial free. Thanks to our friends here at Monster Energy. That's all for run 1, commercial free. So here's Jake Pates. We've been anticipating this for a long time, really seemingly coming out of nowhere and having just a fire season, Craig.
Literally exploded onto the scene. Good rider Jake Pates starting things off with that double Indy chuck, 12 feet 2 inches above this 22-foot half pipe. Front 10 double. Into the cab 10 double. A lot of riders linking those 1080s back to back. Jake Pate's hanging on here, landing a little bit low on that. That's a full pull from Jake Pates. I don't think that's going to be enough to top Chase Josie sitting there with a score of 90, but it's a good first run.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The only thing that you can really dock right off the gate is probably a lack of amplitude throughout the ride, and the judges definitely need to see that.
And it's not like he's not going big.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going huge. 12 feet out of this 22-foot super pipe. It's just that everybody else is going huge.
Right. Jake is the member of the 2018 U.S. Olympic team thanks to his comp finishes earlier this season. And what a cherry on top it would be to reach a podium in his X Games debut.
2 more runs for Jake Pates. He's gonna have to clean that up. He's gonna need something more.
69.66, nice for Jake Pates.
Nice.
Puts him into 4th place. He'll clean things up on run number 2.
Here we go, Brando.
Dropping Ben Ferguson.
Ben Ferguson, a silver medal in 2016, an uncharacteristic 7th place in 2017. Laser focus from the 23-year-old Bend, Oregon native. We fully expect this guy on the podium.
Oh my good word! Backside 180 into the pipe, cab double on that first hit and goes yard on a double crippler. If you're a young snowboarder at home, sharpen your pencils, takes notes. This is how you want to ride. That was a switch McTwist. Oh my good word, Ben, where are you? What happened?
From the top to bottom, I saw Ben do things and contort himself I've never seen a snowboarder do before.
Why you go and make my job so hard, Ben? I think I have you nailed. I think I know what tricks you're gonna do.
Nearly 17 feet out of the pipe, Craig.
That cab double 10. What's crazy is that's one of, I don't know, his easier tricks for him. He sets that up for that double crippler. Boosted.
We say it about Ben, he's your snowboarder in the footsteps of Danny Davis, who unfortunately is injured and unable to compete tonight. Ben carrying that torch. You see with the style.
I've never seen a switch McTwist done that good. But when you're doing a switch McTwist that good, you have to land switch, and he was coming into that
could have been
opposite
so
side. Yeah, it could
bad.
have been way worse. He was coming in that opposite wall, switch on his toes, unable to hang on.
Glad to see a sense of relief and a bit of a smile there for Ben Ferguson. We fully expect him to clean things up in run number 2.
Wow, that was a heater. If he can put that one down, that's going to be tough to beat, Brando.
Again, run 1 here of the men's snowboard SuperPipe final, brought to you commercial free, thanks to Monster Energy. Ayumu Hirano. We talk about this kid every single year. In his 6th X Games appearance, he owns 2 medals, a gold and a silver. He's never won gold, though, here in Aspen. It was in Oslo, Norway, a couple of years ago. As talented as anyone in snowboarding today.
He has got every big trick you can have in your bag of tricks. And guess what he does those tricks at? Insane heights. Almost 20 feet above a 22-foot half pipe. Double 1440. Bring out your protractors. Because he's adding some rotations here.
Ayumu, come on down. We're worried about you.
Front double 14, front double 12, that last hit into the backside 900. Ayumu, hang on. Then the front side 9. Okay, Jack Matrani, I said, hey, be careful. You might jinx him. This could be the most progressive half pipe event in history. He was not mistaken. It is already. Ayumu, wow.
The guy averaged over 15 feet. A trick just breathtaking to watch.
That backside air, that was psycho. You are a psycho, Ayumu.
When he puts it together, he's as good, if not better, than anyone else in the pipe. That run is putting it together.
Front double 14, front double 12. The way he kind of tuck knees that and drops that back cork, that last dip, if you will, on that 1260. Come on. How do you do that? Poetry in motion, if you will.
A 93, and just like that, Ayumu Hirano takes over first place.
Wow. Did you hear that, young kid? That was so cool. Yeah, it was a lot more than cool, son.
Run 1 has been absolutely blistering. Well, Scotty James recently stepped up his game by landing the first switch backside 1260 in a half-pipe contest. Let's learn more about Scotty and the Netflix altered Carbon on the Move.
I'm Scotty James, I'm 23 years old, and I am from Melbourne, Australia.
Making his 6th X Games appearance, the Aussie Scotty James, who's coming in hot.
It's not the typical profession that you would tell someone in Australia. You know, when people ask me what do you do, I say, oh, you know, I'm a snowboarder. Growing up, sometimes I didn't even tell them that. I'd say, oh, I'm a landscaper or something, just because it was easier, because I didn't want to explain it. It's crazy to think back on my path, and Australia has been awesome to me and very supportive, and you know, I'm very patriotic and I want to fly the flag, and you know, it's like a good old saying that when I win, they win. So I feel like I carry them on my shoulders, and when I do win, it's not only just for me, it's for my country and my family and everyone that's kind of told me I could from a young age, so it's cool.
Our defending gold medalist, no one is better in the pipe right now than Scotty James. Don't at me. That's how good he's been. Making his 7th X Games appearance. He's got the boxing gloves on. He's been on one. He's hyper-focused. He's a terrific ambassador for the sport, and he's as progressive as they get in the pipe right now.
All that being said, he's got to follow Ayumu Hirano, who just went savage. And Scotty James going savage on that first hit. Back-to-back 1260s? We're in a video game with cheat codes on, and everybody's pressing the smash button right now. Backside 360 into the switchback 12 double.
Yes!
Okay. It's run 1, Brandon. I don't have the energy for this. I'm exhausted, Scotty. That was unreal.
Scotty just flexing on him on run number 1.
Front 12 double? Okay, that's insane. One of the hardest tricks you can do in the half pipe. Then what does he do? Okay, I'll just do a back 12 double. Even harder. Almost didn't get the grab, but then solidifies it with those big red mittens, and that's a knockout blow if I've ever seen one. Here's what we lost our mind, though. That switch back 12 double. Nobody has ever done that in competition at the X Games in Aspen.
He did it just a few weeks ago. So technically sound, doing it right here on the biggest stage. Hirano put down a 93, a 96 for Scotty James, catapulting him into first place, no doubt about it.
Where do we go from here?
We can't end the contest. We've still got 2 more runs, partner.
Oh, good word.
Run 1 officially in the books. Big thanks to Monster Energy for allowing us to go commercial-free run 1. You don't want to miss this comp. Welcome back to the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final. Run 1 officially in the books. Really excited, though, for run number 2 because we saw the tricks that were just put down. But also, we got some X Games royalty in the house. A gold medalist, Matt Ladley. Thanks for coming through, man.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. You know, I'm usually on the other side of things, but it's cool to stand in here and talk with you guys.
I was just going to ask, we're hyped to have you in here, but also bummed that you're not a part of this contest. You had a silver medal last year. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I had an injury earlier this year, so I had a hip I've been battling, and ended up tearing the labrum in there pretty badly the first event, and so it was kind of forced to get it taken care of. Got it fixed a couple weeks ago. Feeling good already, though.
Matt, I got to ask you, run 1, that was psycho. What are your thoughts on it?
That was insane. Okay, so for a lot of times we don't see a 96, a 93, you know, multiple scores in the 90s on that first run. It's like we got 2 more runs. All these guys are amazing. They're going to step it up. Where do we go from here?
We got to watch. We got to watch and find out.
Feel like calling some runs with us?
Yes,
Stick around. I love it. All right, well, if you're just joining us, run 1 officially in the books. Scotty James going absolutely ham with a 96 on the dot, following Ayumu Hirano, who had one of the best pipe runs I've seen this year. That 93, good enough only for second. So run 2 of the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final kicks off with Chase Josie.
He's got doubles for days, doesn't he, Matt?
He does. This guy has some of the most technical tricks. We're going to see him do a frontside double cork 1080 on that first hit, coming in switch to the switch double crippler, a trick we're not seeing.
It's so difficult. You see a lot of guys do that double crippler, but not switch.
Exactly. Followed by the double chuck and the cab double 1080. That's 4 doubles in a row. Last of all,
What air awareness, though, Matt.
Yeah.
You got to commend Chase Josie on that. He was coming into that wall completely backwards, was able to stop the rotation. That is extremely tough to do.
Well, I want to hit back on what something you just said. He's so technically savvy, but he makes it look so easy. And I think sometimes fans watching at home can't appreciate how difficult the tricks are when Chase is doing them.
that's very true. It is hard to relate when you're watching somebody do 5 double corks in one run. Going for that double cork 1260 here at the bottom could have spelled disaster for a lot of people, but thankfully he pulled it off.
And we have to make mention, that switch double crippler, he follows that up with a switch double chuck.
Yes.
Takes off switch, lands switch, about as hard as it gets right there.
Remember, Chase put down that absurd 90 to start the comp, and we said, oh, okay, he's come correct. He's in bronze medal position right now. He'll get one more chance on this course. Raibu Katayama making his X Games debut. He's just outside of podium position right now. Really impressive first run from him.
And he's fun to watch because he rides so well in between the lips of the half pipe, you know, making sure that he's going big on every hit. It's hard to overstate how impressive it is to hold an edge and go big every hit the whole way down.
When you say in between the lips of the half pipe, that's that flat bottom there.
Exactly.
He is so strong on his edge.
Yep. And
No
that's
movements
where the
unnecessary.
fundamentals come into play. You know, as a fundamentally good snowboarder, that's going to boost your amplitude just like that.
Oh my goodness! Nearly 21 feet out the pipe.
Huge! 1440, almost over-rotating there. Pulls it off, though.
How do you
And-
over-rotate a 1440? Let me ask you that. That's
don't know.
4 full rotations. Quick math.
I guess you got to go over 20 feet out.
Yeah. And Raibu Katayama, he can go over 20 feet out. That
Went
first
too
backside.
high. He almost went too high. That's insane.
You saw his coach at the top there before, warming up the legs. Good thing he did that because look at how far down he lands. Matt, that's such a high impact zone.
Yeah, and that's that, you know, level of, you know, error that you pop out of the half pipe a foot, that it may only be 12 inches, but you're now going to drop 10 feet. You pop 2 feet out, you're going to drop, you know, 16.
Which is not fun.
Not fun.
Dropping
We're early in
red flag.
run 2 here at the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final.
Greg
Matt, this is a
Bretz.
guy you know very well, Greg Bretz.
This is true. One of my best friends. A little biased here, but he's riding well this year. Nice frontside double cork 1080. Followed up with the cab double cork 1080. Consistent height. Frontside 9 with the melon. Little low, but riding well.
Now on his first run, Matt, Greg Bretz kind of knuckled, hit that top part right here.
Yep.
Makes no mistake, though.
That's going to be a throwaway for him, though. As you saw that backside air he did, I think he would have liked to have done a chuck there or maybe even a double chuck. So let's watch for that on the third run.
And where does Greg Bretz grab his double chuck? You're hearing us talk about a double Michael chuck. Essentially, it's a double backflip on that heel side edge. What I like about that trick is all these riders are grabbing it very differently. Where does Greg Bretz grab his?
Has he been grabbing nose?
I think he's
This
been
week?
grabbing nose, and it's been extremely
Which is
sick.
cool. It's cool to see a little creativity.
Our next NBA Wednesday doubleheader has Kyrie in the Eastern Conference leading Celtics hosting Kristaps Porzingis and the Knicks at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then the Mavs take on Devin Booker and the Suns. Our coverage tips with NBA Countdown at 7 on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Brando, where are you watching those games from?
Probably my hotel room.
Can I come over?
Nope.
Okay.
We've been through this, Craig. No, you may not. I'm just kidding. You can come through. So here's Gabe Ferguson.
Dropping Gabe
Sitting in
Ferguson.
5th place, put down a 73.33. Again, it just blows my mind. This is his 5th appearance, and the kid's only 18 years old.
And Ladley, you've watched this kid grow up.
Yeah, it's been good getting to ride with him over the past few years. 18 years old, but as you can see, rides like all the other guys out here. He deserves to be here with a double chuck. Love that trick.
I like the way on that first hit, that frontside 540, his first run he grab nose. On this one, he throws in a tuck knee. How hard is it to switch up the grab? That's a whole new trick, essentially.
Yeah, he's a true snowboarder. When you see him switching up grabs, switching up tricks every run. Looking good there, Gabe. Putting down the whole run.
Those Ferguson boys, I mean, they have board control through and through, eh?
What are they feeding them?
Probably Fruit Loops. Now we see Gabe get a full pull there, Matt. I don't think he's got the technicality to match the Ayumu and the Scotty James.
Maybe not on this run. And there you see, yep, 76. So we saw some double corks in there. Crazy these days that 2-3 double corks doesn't do the trick. You got to do 3 or 4 with 1440s, 1260s. It's insane.
So following up 18-year-old Gabe Ferguson, 17-year-old Toby Miller, a 29.66 on run number 1.
And you guys are talking about the 1440 down at the bottom of this run. I saw him land that yesterday in practice. He's been killing it this year. Here we go.
The young gun carrying speed. I love that helmet too, and I love that front 10 double.
The cab double 1080. Big front 9. Losing the grip a little bit, but he's setting up here with the backside 900.
Landing a little low. Really check the 14. Yes, sir.
There he goes. Perfect. It's like he's done it a million times.
Toby Miller, welcome to the X Games. You know what I was going to say? On top of looking so stylish, there's a certain level of confidence to his riding, which is just like insane to see for someone that young.
So explosive, and the ability, he landed that back 9, Matt, a little bit low. How does he gain speed for that front side 1440?
That is more of that edge control that we're talking about. You know, the fundamentals of snowboarding. When even if you land low, you're able to regain that speed and generate the power you need for that 1440.
Speaking of that 1440, that is just a great look at it, getting that
Beautiful.
rotation. Wow.
So
Nicely
a much
done, Toby.
improved score for Toby Miller, but where will it put him? A 78. Good enough for 5th place as he climbs up the leaderboard. We're midway through run number 2. Matt Ladley, thanks for coming in the booth, bud.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. Hope to see you back out there. When we return, our current leader, Scotty James, hits the pipe. Welcome back to X Games Aspen, and there you see some of those modified street rod snow bikes, custom built here for X Games Aspen. We're going to be seeing a brand new event later tonight featuring those bad boys, the Harley Davidson Snow Hill Climb. I'm actually calling that one.
Good for you.
Well, if you're just joining us, we're in the midst of run number 2 here at the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final. And Shred Hate is our X Games bullying prevention initiative. This is something really cool that we've all been a part of as a program. We love it. Our own Victoria Arlen actually caught up yesterday with Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher and Shred Hate ambassador, James Tyan.
Jameson, this is your first time at X Games. How is it going for you?
Yeah, it is. I'm having a blast. I'm blown away by what these athletes are capable of.
And one of the big things, too, that we've been talking about is Shred Hate. How does Shred Hate resonate with you?
Yeah, I'm here on behalf of MLB and Shred Hate. You know, because of what I do, I'm given a platform to speak out, and I know kids look up to me and look up to all athletes, so it's my duty to speak out. And, you know, we're standing up for you. There are people that care about you. There's people on the highest level of sports that are thinking about you and trying to speak out and make a change.
Well, thank you, Jameson, for being here. Guys, Shred Hate and choose kindness.
xgames.com/shredhate. Check it out. So here are the standings thus far early into run number 2. Run 1 was really an event in and of itself, Craig McMorris. Scotty James and Ayumu Hirano absolutely throwing fire out on the SuperPipe.
It was simply exhausting. I've lost my voice, and we still have a bunch more heater runs to come, Brando.
Yeah, wouldn't expect anything less from our next competitor. He's sitting in last place, strangely enough. Yuri Podlachikov did not have a full run on his first attempt. We know he's got the goods to get on the podium. What can he do here on run number 2?
Fell on that backside 1260 that he brought to this very pipe. a few years ago. Him and Sean White were one of the 2 first riders dropping that. Here's a look at it, grabbing nose. There he gets it. Looked a little wild, but he put her down on his feet. There's those back-to-back 1080s. And alley-oop!
Yuri Podlachikov was putting together such an incredible run, going down hard. We hope that he's okay. X Games Medical sprinting out there as he takes a tough spill, Craig.
All you can do is hope he's okay. That was such a violent fall. Yuri Podlachikov, such a good run up until then. That first run fell in that backside 1260. Makes no mistake on his second run. Sometimes when you're getting to the bottom, you've landed an entire run.
Right.
That last hit,
Yep.
you are committed so fully. You put yourself in such a risky situation. That's what happened.
Well, we're going to take a short break while the best in the business, X Games Medical, attend to Yuri. More from Aspen after this.
Welcome back, everybody, to X Games Aspen 2018. You just witnessed a very unfortunate crash there from Yuri Podlachikov, who was having the run of his life. And then right at the end there, just the smallest bit of error, and unfortunately did not land his trick. And we have the best medical staff you could ask for here in Aspen looking out for him. So sending all the healing vibes to Yuri right now. And you know, a lot of people always ask me, is the sport getting too dangerous? And these people love it. You know, you get in your car every day and that's a risk. I mean, you watch football games, it's a risk. You know, the people that are here snowboarding love what they do. And even when they go down, they come back even stronger. So fingers crossed that Yuri is okay. Other than that, we have been witnessing some of the best half-pipe riding we have ever seen. Scotty James landed one of the best runs probably ever to be performed in a half-pipe. And here's a look at his run right here.
Right now, then
Scotty James has been working so hard the last couple of years to get to where he is right now. And that trick right there, the switch double backside 1260. One of the hardest tricks you can do. And Scotty James pulling it off with the boxing gloves right here, hoping to defend his gold medal. You also had Chase Josie landing an incredible run. All the fans down there. X Games, you gotta love all the energy, all the fan support down there. Remember competing, that was the best part of X Games, was riding with all the fans. So if you're watching, make sure to just cheer extra loud. Make sure to get on social, give these guys support. What they're doing is their passion. They're putting everything on the line to battle it out for X Games medals, and most importantly, to land what they dreamt of as kids. So we're witnessing dreams coming true all weekend long here at X Games. And very unfortunately for Yuri, just the smallest bit of error. He was so close to landing that trick. He's having the run of his life. And I guess you really got to pay respect to these guys right here. And there's a wide shot of what's happening right now. Everyone patiently waiting. The medical staff right now looking after Yuri Podlachikov. And unfortunately, the rest of the athletes up top just patiently waiting, also hoping that Yuri is okay. Fingers crossed for the best event leading up after this. Thank you guys for watching X Games Aspen 2018. I'm your host, Jack Matrani. We're going to get to a quick break. When we get back, more Life-Proof Men's Snowboard SuperPipe.
Welcome back to the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final. Brandon Graham alongside Craig McMorrison. I wish we were coming back to you under better circumstances. Yuri Podlachikov, a perennial gold medal favorite in this event, just went down devastatingly hard in the pipe. We hope that he's okay. X Games Medical attending to him right now, and it was just tough because he was putting together such a good run, Craig.
Yuri was on one.
Yeah.
So much fire. Backside 1260, back-to-back 1080 double corks, and it was on that last hit. So tough to see him go down, but we can hear some applauding, and hopefully he's going to be okay. Thoughts and prayers are with Yuri Podlachikov.
Yeah, absolutely. Yuri Podlachikov, who I believe is getting off the pipe right now. And it's had the makings really of an incredible pipe final. You know, we really hyped it up. This one's going to be one for the record books. Given the roster of talent, given the progression of where this discipline is going, and run one certainly didn't disappoint.
Run one, I said it time and time again, it was exhausting. The amount of hammers that were dropped in run one was just mind-blowing. We talk about Scotty James and Ayuma Hirano and Ben Ferguson, and they just didn't disappoint. Yeah. They came out, they were so on point, and they put it down, and Yuri Podlachikov, he was putting it down in his second run, but just so tough.
Yeah, absolutely. So the show must go on. We'll be getting back to the event in just a little bit. Ben Ferguson, who's one of our favorites heading into this thing. He's on the U.S. Olympic team. We expect him to get a medal out here tonight. He and our own Jack Matrani got some new rides. Let's check this thing out.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Wait up. Those are Harleys?
They left the keys in them. You thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't know. Don't need that. We gotta hurry.
I'm ready, baby. Let's rip.
Dude, that was awesome. We need to get one of those.
Yeah.
See more of the custom street rod snow bikes at hd.com/xgames.
Remember, those Harleys are going to be racing up that pipe. Later on tonight, we'll be closing out X Games Aspen 2018 with that event. Very exciting. If you're just joining us, Yuri Podlachikov just went down hard in the pipe. X Games Medical attending to him. Let's head down to Corbin Harris, who's out at the course. Corbin, what can you tell us just went down with Yuri?
Yeah, it was a pretty tough slam that he took there, but everyone behind us was so respectful. Everyone was quiet the whole time. Then we had a big applause when he shipped out, so we hope he's okay.
Was he able to walk off, or was he on the sled, Corbin?
No, he had to go off on the sled.
Okay, thank you very much, Corbin. Yeah, it's always tough in these situations. That's the risk, especially when progression is being pushed annually, and this is the event where it's showcased.
22-foot high walls. There is absolutely no room for error in this super pipe.
Our big Monday doubleheader on ESPN, presented by Joseph A. Bank. Notre Dame squares off against number 4 Duke at Cameron Indoor at 7 p.m. Eastern. Then it's a Big 12 matchup between 5th-ranked Kansas and Kansas State, the Sunflower Showdown. Both games are also available on the ESPN app. So we return to action at the top of the pipe. Jake Pates, our next rider to drop in. Craig, I ask you, the show must go on, so we're in the middle of run 2 here in the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final. It's got to be tough to follow up after a big slam like that.
It has to be, but the best thing you can do, go out, put down a hammer run, keep Yuri in your thoughts. Double Michael Chuck, grab an Indy from Jake Pates, but landing so low. Jake Pates put down his first run with a score of 69.66. He's going to hang on to that one because this will be a throwaway, obviously. Just landing so low on that double Michael Chuck.
Yeah.
We had Matt Ladley in the booth here just a moment ago, and he was talking about the riders who are good in between the lips of the half pipe. Those riders, they can land deep and they can somehow generate speed, which is extremely tough to do. Unfortunately, Jake Pates lands just a little too deep here on that heel edge. He wanted to be on the toe edge for almost the entirety of the flat bottom there.
Yeah, so the 19-year-old Eagle, Colorado native, making his X Games debut, will hold on to his first run scores. He just doesn't have the amplitude on run number 2.
Dropping Ben
There you see Ben Ferguson. A silver medal just 2 years ago. Your favorite snowboarder's favorite snowboarder. I said it earlier, kind of following in the footsteps of Danny Davis, who couldn't be here due to an injury. We've seen a focus from Ben that we haven't in previous years.
Watch the way he enters the pipe. You're crazy, Ben.
No one else is doing that.
It's so difficult to carry that much speed switch into a cap 10 double, into a double crippler. Boom, there's a backside 360. Watch this switch McTwist. Yeah, nobody can even do him that good regular. That's when he went down on before.
And he lands it.
Switch double backflip to cap off a technically savvy run from Ben Ferguson. Wow.
Oh, so clean, Greg, as we take another look. He gave us a preview of that run number one, wasn't able to land it. He shakes it up and does just that here on attempt number two.
Cab 1080 double off the top with that air to fakie into the pipe. So tough. It's one thing to ride your snowboard switch. It's another to ride it up a 22-foot super pipe switch. Ben Ferguson, your board control, yeah, it's out of this world.
So after a 26 on run one, he gonna jump up. But how high will Ben Ferguson go after such an innovative run out here at Buttermilk?
Doesn't have a 1260 or a 1440, but he does have technicality that gets him a 94.3.
Started from the bottom, now he's here from 10th all the way up into silver medal position. Come on! Wow. You'd expect a rider like Ayumu Hirano to have grown up in the snowy mountains of Japan, but that's not the case. Let's take a look at how Ayumu got here.
村上というとこはそうですね、山も本当に小さいというか近場にはないような場所で、どちらかというと海の方が近いというか。スノーボードはスケートボードをずっと同じタイミングで始めてきたから。 やっぱその基礎的な共通点を見つけてこれだからこそやっぱ今のでもそういうスケートボードで何かスノーボードのそうですねスタイルとか回転の軸とかはあんまりスノーボード逆の方多いですね。あんまスケートから足離れてるんで。 やれることもスノーより限られてるというか。
Practically all of the SuperPipe competitors have some sort of transitional skateboarding background. Ayumu certainly no exception, as you saw there, but it's so evident in his style of riding.
And Ayumu Hirano, Tokyo 2020, he wants to book his ticket to that Olympic Games in the skateboarding event. That will be the inaugural running of that.
Crazy would that be? So here's Ayumu Hirano, who put down an insane run one. It was good enough for second place, but he just got bumped by Ben Ferg. He's in bronze medal position now.
20-foot air, 20-foot backside air into that double cork 1440 cap 10 double right there. I wanted to see him go back-to-back double 1440s. I think he needs that to catch Scotty James. Boom, back 12. Now that was the same run we saw in his first run. Was it a little cleaner? Now we're kind of splitting hairs here, but that first backside air was beast.
Now again, remember, he's a little less than a point and a half behind Ben Ferguson for that silver medal spot. Was this slight cleanup enough to at least bump him back into second place?
I don't want to say anything because I know I will be wrong. Whenever I predict something,
well, thanks for answering the question, Craig.
I gotta give you the truth here. But I want to see Ayumu do back-to-back 1440s. We know he's got a cab double 1440. He hasn't brought it out thus far. I think he needs that to rival Ferguson or James.
And if we know it, that means the judges know it too.
It's a commonly known secret. Now you guys at home know it.
A 93 on run one. Who would have thought that'd only be good enough for third place? That's how heavy this contest has been here this evening. Judges really taking a look at that one there. You see our current leader, Scotty James. I don't know what he'll do for a follow-up, but judges really taking their time with this one, Craig.
Does it beat Ben Ferguson's 94.33? In my opinion, no. He's already done that run, and he did it very well in his first one. I didn't see any major baubles that he could have cleaned up. The only thing that Ayumu Hirano can do is add some technicality. And I know you're probably laughing. How do you add technicality to a back 12 double, front 14? Oh!
Whoa! Ayumu Hirano! No, he doesn't get second. He jumps all the way up into first place, a 96.66.
I didn't see that coming.
Clearly you didn't. You didn't think he was going to bump for second. Whoa. As if this comp couldn't get any more elevated, Ayumu Hirano goes and does that. Scotty James put down a crazy good run right out the gate with that 96. What can Scotty do to gain a point and jump back into the top spot?
I honestly don't know. Scotty James literally did the hardest super pipe run you can do, and now he's sitting in second. Front 12, absolutely perfect. Back 12, losing a little bit of speed, and he knows it.
Yep.
You can't bobble, can't put a hand down, you can't under-rotate. It's absolute perfection. When you're dealing with two scores north of 95, come on. This front side 12, Brando, you can't do it any better. Dumps it over perfectly, lands nice and high,
so
carries
clean.
speed. And this backside 12 done very, very well, but look, lands a little low, rocks on the heel, and within a millisecond, it's over.
And it instantly becomes a throwaway for Scotty James, and how quickly the tides have turned. So James now stays in second. Run 2 officially in the books. We've got a busy fourth and final night here at X Games Aspen. Coming up, snow bike best trick. But of course, we got to finish this final. Ayumu Hirano shocking the world, taking over the top spot on that second run. More from Buttermilk when we return. Here's a look back at LCD Sound System performing last night on the Geico Music stage. Craig, you and I were both there. So insane that we got LCD out of X Games. It was too perfect.
It was a party, and I was partying. It was fun.
You're kind of the party guy of the crew.
Everybody knows that I'm the party guy in the crew, so you can't use that one, Brandon.
What an event it's been out here at X Games. Hard to believe it's the fourth and final day.
I don't want it to be over. We're having too much fun.
So LCD put on a show at the Geico Music stage. And there's been a show in the pipe here tonight. As we welcome you back to the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe. Final run 2 officially in the book. So many great events here at X Games, Craig. We kicked things off on Thursday night with the Life-Proof Men's Ski SuperPipe. And now we're here in the midst of the Men's Snowboard SuperPipe. Let's take a moment to recap that epic ski event in the Life-Proof Go for Unbroke.
Let's kick this thing off right with the Life-Proof Men's Ski SuperPipe Final!
A man who's looking for his first gold medal, Thor Gator Wallace. Double cork 1260. Left 1080. Here he is, switch down the pipe, 7 to the right. Double rodeo 900, gets the landing. In the down the pipe, double flat 9, and he gets it. Landing so low on those. Just sticking it. Come on, Alex. Life-Proof Men's Ski SuperPipe. Double cork 1260. Into the left side. Double cork 10. Right side, switch 7. Double cork 12, lands low. Into the down the pipe. Double flat spin 900, and he gets it.
The wise guy dodging the bullet there. His third and final run.
Double cork, 1080, bit off, but still gonna do it. Double cork 12. Here's the right side 1080. Switch left, double cork, 1080. 1260, gets it! Wide! Look at him! Woo!
So good to see David Wise adding another gold medal to his collection. Hey, before we start run number 3, let's head down for a course report from Corbin Harris.
Hey Brando, how you doing? I have an updated report for you for iPod. He does have a head injury. He's been taken to the hospital straight away for an evaluation, so we're sending good vibes his way.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Corbin. Hoping for the best there for Yuri Pavachikov. If you're just joining us, it's time for our third and final run of the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final. Here's a look at podium position thus far. Ayumu Hirano with a insane run 2 to catapult into the lead, Craig.
Ayumu Hirano is mind-blowingly good. He's sneaky good.
Yeah.
In run 1, he did a back 9. In run 2, he improved upon that. I thought he did a back 12 in run 1, and the judges gave him a much higher score for the same run, but he did a totally different run in run 2, so I apologize for calling that score, not thinking it was deserving, but a 96.66 with a 14, a double cork 12, and another back and a back 12 in it. He deserves that top
All's
spot.
forgiven, Craig. So here's Chase Josie kicking things off for run number 3. He's sitting just off podium position in 4th place.
One of the most technical back-to-back double connections you can do. Switch double crickler into that switch double Michael Chuck. And a cap 10 double, but landing much too low.
Not the run Chase was looking for, but you know, I seeing what Ben Ferguson did, seeing what Ayumu Hirano did in run number 2, especially following what happened to Yuri Pavachikov with that big fall. Just a credit to them for really riding inspired and elevating their performance out here tonight.
How do you follow someone?
Right.
When you see somebody go down and take such a hard slam, you know they're injured. It's got to play in your mind, but these are the best snowboarders in the world. This is tunnel vision. When it's run 2, when it's run 3, nothing distracts them. You're literally looking at the pipe, and all you're doing is thinking about how the heck can I land this run?
Crazy to think Chase Josie, part of the 90 club, is not going to get a medal. That's how next level this contest has been. Sitting in 4th place. Sitting in 5th place, Raibu Katayama, who had a very strong first run. Did not have a full pull in attempt number 2. Anything he can do to inch toward that podium position, Craig?
Well, the judges have been very transparent. The only way you're going to get up into that top 3, you either have to throw 1440s, 1260s, a couple of them, or you just have to go completely psycho like Ben Ferguson, do a backside 180 into the pipe, switch McTwist, which shouldn't even be legal. It's so difficult.
I don't even understand what you just said.
I don't even understand the switch McTwist.
So here's Raibu's 3rd and final run.
Japanese riders in our field, Ayumu and Raibu, going massive. Front 14 and Raibu. How do you go front 14 and fall in a cab 10?
Are you asking me? I have no idea.
I don't know either. I can't do even close to those things, so maybe we got to ask Raibu. That backside air, though.
So stylish.
Kicking that back foot out. And just exploding out of the pipe. Don't like the way he lets go of the grab a little bit early on that frontside 1440, and then just not enough English on that cap 10.
Almost held on to it, so he'll hold on to his first run score. Let's not forget, this is Raibu's X Games debut. Sitting in 5th place, nothing wrong with that. So here's Greg Bretz, an X Games veteran in his 8th appearance. First time back here since 2015. He's sitting in 9th. Has not had a clean run yet, Greg.
The level of riding is just out of this world. You're putting in everything you possibly can into a half-pipe run. It's hard to stay on your feet. And Greg Brett's unorthodox not taking it there. I can't believe he did a front 10 after carving down. Great scramble play, though.
Greg Brett's always a fan favorite, giving something to the crowd out here at Buttermilk to close that thing off.
That's a lot harder than it looks, by the way. To hit that right side wall, land, fire on that toe side edge, and then come up the right side wall again. You see him really lay it into one there.
A 39.33. I think I overheard him say, I can't keep up with these kids.
Neither can I, apparently, tonight.
Ayumu Hirano, our leader. Will he win a gold medal here in the pipe? Find out when we return.
The X Games and Echo Entertainment family lost one of the very best recently. A great man, loving husband and father, a talented director and a loyal friend to many here at the X Games. We take this moment to honor the memory of Phil Smith.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jack Matrani. Hey, down here, Mini Jack Matrani with a little update. Make sure to tune in to X Games Extra, the official recap show of X Games Aspen. And it's streaming live at facebook.com/xgames. See you there.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that, Jack.
Jack's Mini Jack is like that obnoxious friend that you're just like, why do you keep bringing him around? Oh yeah, we've got some business to attend to. Welcome to the third and final run of the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final. Ayumu Hirano, leader of the clubhouse with that 96.66. Scotty James right behind him, and Ben Ferguson in third. All three of those guys still have one run to go. The level of riding has just gone next level here tonight, Craig.
I didn't even think it could get to that level. I don't think we can say level any more times in the sequence, but I'm going to say it. It's just beyond any level I've ever seen.
There's levels to this, is what you're saying. So here's Gabe Ferguson. He's sitting in 7th, slightly increasing his score with each run.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but that frontside 540 nose grab was so sick, but he landed very far down, and it sounded like a gunshot. So much impact there.
He was over 17 feet out of the pipe, which is 22 feet. Imagine 40 feet in the air dropping down.
Get a good look at it here. Take notes for you folks at home. That was so sick, but landing a little bit low and unable to gain horsepower in those legs to save it.
So he'll hold on to his second run score, and 7th place is where he will stay. Right in front of him, Toby Miller.
Toby Miller
Put down a really solid run number 2 here in his X Games debut with that 78. The stage certainly not too big for the 17-year-old.
When you're a rookie at the X Games, your only game plan can be, I want to come into this event and I want to give myself a run that maybe even kind of puts me in contention, pardon me. And if you can land that, you've already won your first X Games. Toby Miller, he's already done this. This is all just icing on the cake at this point. Front 10, back 10, front 9. The back 9 landing a little low. He wants a front 14 here. How does he do that? How does he generate speed? Was there a banana there?
Toby, you're a rookie on your third and final run, and you're going to do it like that? I'm your friend too, Toby, after that run.
I don't understand Toby Miller's ability to land low on that back 9, and that's not the first time he's done it tonight. Almost on all 3 of his runs, he kind of lands a little bit low on that back 9 and then somehow just hits the NOS button and explodes into this front 14. Didn't really get the grab there, had it on the heel cut, but he could have fooled me in real time. Nothing gets by us, though, in slow-mo, Brando. Well, except for Ayuma's back 9, which I called a back 12, and I apologize.
Stop beating yourself up over it. We've already forgotten about that. A 78 on run number 2. Then he goes out and has a run like that on his final attempt. Where will the judges place him?
I don't think it's going to get into that podium there. Just doesn't have the technicality that Hirano,
Right
James,
now, Ben
and
Ferguson is in that bronze medal spot at a ridiculous 94.33 and 82.66. A strong score boosts him up one spot, but that just tells you how impressive the riding has been. Now, his fellow X Games rookie, Jake Pates, will be dropping in. Now, if you're just joining us, this would have been where Yuri Podlachikov would have been dropping in. Unfortunately, he went down very hard on his second run. He was transported to the hospital. He's currently being evaluated for a head injury. We wish the best for iPod. But here's Jake Pates dropping in for his third and final attempt.
Brando, Jake Pates has had one heck of a year. And so deserving. If you can toss out a double Michael check on your first hit, you should be on the Olympic team and you should be in an X Games final.
And he's in both of those, Craig.
Correct.
Oh!
Going back 12, tail grab from Jake Pates. Flirting with the coping there a little bit. I thought he was maybe going to deck out, but some ninja-like reflexes there.
That trick just has an ability to just make you like lift your arms above your head, go no!
Takes your breath away.
I just had a sneaking suspicion we would have a Berlin quote here in the broadcast tonight.
But he's got eyes on that coping, just narrowly avoids it there. Taking off just a hair too early on that back 12. Double tail grab.
So he'll hold on to that 69.66, shrugging your shoulders. Don't worry, Jake. You've got a bright future ahead of you. We're losing our minds here, even with outfit changes. The final runs of the contest when we return. Just 3 riders remain in our third and final run of the Monster Energy Men's Snowboard SuperPipe Final. And Craig McMorris, wouldn't you believe it? Those last 3 currently are podium at the moment. Ayumu Hirano, Scotty James, Ben Ferguson.
It doesn't get any better than this. The 3 best SuperPipe riders on the planet right now are about to battle it out for gold.
Ayumu Hirano does have the top spot right now, but of course Scotty James will be dropping in last to see if he can defend his gold medal. But right now it's up to Ben Ferguson, who's sitting in that bronze medal spot. What can Ben do to clean this up and maybe jump up to second or even win this thing outright?
I don't know how you get any more technical. Well, maybe you add a gravity or air to fakie into the pipe and a monster cab 10, almost 20 feet out. Ben, hang on. That backside 360. Watch this switch McTwist. So difficult. That switch double backflip. Oh! Okay. All right. Shake it off, folks. Shake it off. That was crazy. He did a 19.5-foot cab 10 double.
Who's more creative in the pipe right now than Ben Ferg?
The answer is no one. Am I right?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, he's sitting behind Scotty James. Scotty James got 96. Ben Ferguson has a 94.33. Is it enough? Is it 2 points better than his second run?
That's 2 points would put him into second place. 2.5 would put him into the gold medal spot. So a 95. So he increases his score but doesn't move up in the standings. A bronze medal is what he earns. Just simply remarkable that a 95 gets you third place.
Dropping, Ayumu Hirano. Yeah, Ayumu.
So here is our current leader, Ayumu Hirano. Put down an absurd 96.66 on run number 2 to take the lead away from Scotty James. Now he's the one that Scotty is chasing. There you see with the boxing mitts on. What does Ayumu do here? I don't know that he can afford to play it safe, Craig, because you know Scotty James is going to send it, and Scotty will be the last to drop in.
This is the 9th round. Both fighters, black and blue eyes. They can barely see. They need to get a knockout punch here. Ayumu Hirano has a cap 1440 double. We haven't seen yet. If he tosses it in his run, it will be right after this frontside 1440 double. He's going. He goes! She goes! She goes! She goes!
He does it!
Front 1440, cap 1440, front 12, back 12. This is psycho. I'm done.
Have you ever seen a run like that in a pipe final, Craig McMorris?
No, because it's never been done anywhere on Earth.
How are you going to outdo yourself, Ayumu Hirano? Look at this. Jump man, jump man, jump man.
I'm speechless. I am literally speechless.
I need you to say something, Craig.
Ayumu Hirano. Front 14 double, cap 14 double, front 12 double, back 12 double, and a backside air right off the top that'll just drop your jaw.
What planet are you from?
Not Earth, Brandon. Not Earth.
That is the first time we've ever seen back-to-back 14s ever. Period. Exclamation point.
You know what's crazy too? The contest isn't even over.
A 96.66, then he goes and makes history. How did the judges score that? A 99 on the dot, are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness. He's not even really smiling too. He's kind of like, yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess.
That is the best single score we've seen since Shaun White put up the perfect 100 here 6 years ago. Simply breathtaking. As if Scotty James didn't already have his hands full trying to catch that 96.66. He's going to have to go above a 99, Craig, to win this thing.
How do you do that? How do you beat back-to-back 1440s and 1260s? And
Scotty hasn't even dropped yet, and this is already the greatest pipe final we've ever seen.
I like how Scotty has a cheeky smile on, because he just knows that was psycho.
It all comes down to this. Scotty James in silver medal position. If he wants to win, he's got to put it down right now.
Beast of a front 12. Into the back 12. Way up and out there, front 9, nose 20 feet out. 20 feet 4 inches. Switch back 12, perfect.
Even better than his first run, Craig, but is it enough to push the back-to-back 14s and the 99 from Ayumu?
I don't know that it is, but I mean, craziness. The amplitude that Scotty James brought to that run, it's just crazy.
This is a gold medal run, but yet it may not be a gold medal run.
In every single other half-pipe event that there has ever been contested on Earth, this would have the gold medal. But guess what? 2018 X Games, it's the greatest pipe event ever, and it might not get you a gold medal. I'm sorry, I apologize to the folks at home, Brandon. We have been losing our minds, but rightly so. The level of riding.
I make no apologies.
Okay.
Scotty James put down a 96. Ayumu Hirano put down a 99 on his third and final run. How are the judges going to score this? A 98! Just 1 point away. And Ayumu Hirano wins gold. The first time a Japanese winter athlete has ever won gold at 2 different X Games. It's his second ever X Games SuperPipe gold, but his first here in Aspen.
The greatest half-pipe run ever done. Amplitude, technicality, things we've never seen before. Ayumu Hirano, you deserve that gold medal more than anybody else on Earth.
Unbelievable effort. You haven't been back on top since 2016. 2017, you had a huge crash. Now you are back. What's it like to be back here on top at X Games Aspen?
どういう感想ですか今？
いやでも本当狙って これをやろうと思ってこっち来てたから、それが本当クリーンにできて、初めて大会でも決めたっていうのが一番。
I was only looking at first place competing here, and this routine is the one I actually wanted to land cleanly, so I'm glad it all paid off.
Congratulations. I'll let you celebrate. You're back on top.
People here today are going to remember where they were. I hope you DVR'd this at home. The best performance we've ever seen in a super pipe.
It doesn't get any better than this. How will we ever top it? I don't know.
Ayumu Hirano with the 99 to win the gold here in the Monster Energy Men's Super Pipe Final. So much more here from Aspen when we return.